Hammond organ console model L-102, serial number 5671. Designed for 117 volts primary, AC, 60 cycle, and it draws 140 watts. What we've got here today is a Hammond organ. We've already broken apart a couple of the M series. This will be the first L series. It possesses 3 separate amplifier chassis and a reverb tank. It's got two 12-inch speakers and the spinet organ mechanism. See, the main amplifier chassis is the A043. So up here we're going to start with the A041 chassis. I'll have to look at the schematic to see exactly what it does. This right here is the A042 chassis. This has sockets for 2 9-pin tubes. In the middle here you can see the spinet mechanism. This is a spinet organ, and that means it used this spinning magnetic device to actually create the original tones. And those tones are amplified and then sent through the speakers and reverb and all that jazz. But it's a mechanical device. It is not a synthesizer. This is the reverb tank. It's kind of rusty, which sometimes can be cool. A rusty reverb tank can sound cool. It's not going to sound as bright. Reverb sometimes is better when it's darker. Now, besides the palladium that we're going to pull out of the keyboard later, the real treasure in this thing is this guy, this amplifier, the A043. These speakers are also great. These are AlNiCos, and they're pretty decent. They should be really good in a guitar amplifier. 212s. Hammond L-102. Get a good look, because she's coming apart. We're going to take this whole thing down to pieces. We're going to reuse as much as we can, though. Maintaining it as a Hammond organ, it's a lot of work. And by the time you get these things cheap or free, no one has maintained them in a really long time. This is more like restoring an airplane, like an antique airplane. The parts are expensive and esoteric, and if they weren't maintained continuously for the last 60 years since it was built, then it's going to be in horrible disrepair. I tried messing around with fixing these up when I first picked them up, but over time I realized it was a futile effort. Once we acquired all these and I realized I couldn't fix them up, I was like, well, then we'll part them out. So that's what we're doing today. But the stuff that's going to get reused, specifically for my purposes, are going to be the amplifier, the speakers, maybe the reverb tank, maybe some of these cool switches, maybe these drawbars for some fun stuff. I don't know. Some of it might wind up making some artwork. Now, it does have cool stuff like a neat power switch, which is heavy duty, and it's got a little jewel light and has this little panel that says Hammond. And a lot of this stuff is going to get recycled. A lot of it is going to get repurposed and put back into the amplifier or amplifiers that I build out of this. The most magnificent part of this thing is actually the least useful if you're not going to restore it, and that's this incredible mechanical device, the spinet. The wiring's neat too. Look at all these wiring connections. It's fucking crazy. Like dozens and dozens and dozens of connections. Like it's exhausting just cutting it apart. I can only imagine how exhausting it was putting it together. Next step is we're going to start tearing this mofo apart. All right, after what, like an hour, a little more than an hour of breaking it down, here's what we got. So we got wooden pieces, we got the legs here, we got the little side panels next to the keyboards, we got the pedal mechanism, you've got one of the keyboard mechanisms and then the other keyboard mechanism, and then here's the Spinet. Oh my God, look at this thing, this machine. Here's the pedal assembly. This is the AO43 chassis, the main amplifier. That'll wind up being a guitar amp or some kind of instrument amp. With the AO42 here and the AO41 here. Your speakers. And the speaker cones were completely different materials. Different shape and ribs. I'm thinking one might be a mid-range-ish and one's a low-end-ish. Then of course the cabinet itself is right here. Here's the, there's the grill. One Hammond L-102 taken apart. The next thing is we're gonna grab the palladium out of here so we can sell that so that we can buy parts to make a preamp, a compressor, and a guitar amp.